I hope this video helps. Please check out the playlist: Evidence for Christianity, Evidence for the Bible, End Times, and the Book of Revelation. I'll leave links in the description for all four. Enjoy. If you're having problems with your GE Opal Nugget ice machine maker, either making watery ice, slushy ice, no ice, or the ice is melting faster than what it's making it, or if you just want it to make ice faster, there's your solution right back there. Putting a fan into that vent area right there. So getting something that blows air into those fins will help with that. You can just use a desktop fan to blow in there, but I got a CPU fan. I'm going to show you how I set that one up. And also, before you get started doing anything like this, make sure that you vacuum out any lint or dirt, dust that is collected within those fins and within those holes, because anything that blocks the airflow is going to mess with your ice production. So there, I took the fan off, and as you can see, I just had those 4 magnets at each corner holding it onto the ice machine. So what's worked good for me to get that lint out and the dust off is just a hand vac with something that has a brush that can get down in there. So here's everything that I need to do it. Now there's many different options out there. You don't have to use what I'm using, but this is just the stuff that I had laying around. So I'm going to use that. I will give you a list of all the stuff that you can get in order to make this off Amazon. I have a CPU case fan here, 12 volt. And then here's the specs on it. It is a 120 millimeter by 120 millimeter by 25 millimeter. That's the size. And then it's a 12 volt 0.3 amp fan. Here's the adapter, if you can read that. This is 12 volt 800 milliamp, which is 0.8 amps. So this is plenty to be able to power it. I always want my AC adapter to have more amps output available than what the fan is rated for. So this one's rated for 0.3. That's rated for this will pull 0.3. This can supply 0.8. So since I took this out of a CPU case, I had to cut the connector off. Then I bought these connectors a while back for another project in order to adapt it to this 12 volt plug. So this is the male end. This is a female end. So it has these screw terminals. I'm going to strip these wires back, put them in here. There, these terminals are labeled positive and negative right there. So the 12 volt connector is typically the same for all 12 volt. It's a 5.5 millimeter by 2.1 millimeter. And I'm not going to say all of them are the same, but most of them are that type. I also got these 4 strong small magnets. These are 8 millimeter by 3 millimeter. So here's the different stuff that you can get on Amazon. Here's the 12 volt adapter, the connectors that I bought, the fan. Then here's one that has a that you can just plug it directly into the outlet and it runs the fan if you don't want to put it together like I do mine. Then here's the magnets. So that's everything. Let's go ahead and put it together. I'm going to strip these wires back. I like to get enough to where I can fold it over to put into that connector. Put the red into the positive and the black into the negative. And for these, you want to try to make sure you do not get any of the insulation pinched inside there. You want it to only go down on the conductor. Alright, and then test it out. There it goes. Nice and quiet. I like these CPU fans. So the best way I know how to tell what direction the fan is blowing, I mean, you can look at the blades and kind of tell which way that the air should be flowing. But if you don't really know right offhand, you can take a napkin, just see if it gets sucked in. So there it's sticking to it, and then see if there it's blowing it away. Sucking it in, blowing it away. Sucking it in, blowing it away. And I added some screws to the holes on this, on the back, to put these magnets on. Some fans come with bolts that go all the way through, and then you can just stick the magnets to that, and then just stick one of these tiny strong magnets to each one of the bolt heads, screw heads, whatever you use. So the 4 magnets that I had on there before are still stuck to the actual ice machine. So I'm just gonna, reconnect it to those. So I want to kind of get it in the middle of that air vent as much as possible, kind of like that. All right, all back together, looking nice and making ice, nice and quiet. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And if you want to connect with me, I have a public group on MeWe called Share Your Trade. I'll leave a link of that in the description. And if you want to support my channel, you can use the super thanks button below, or you can join Robinhood through a link that I'll leave in the description, and we'll both get a free stock. Thanks for watching.